To greater wisdom, to greater magis. Lundag na, Ateneo! Radyo Katipunan is now online. See our live feed on facebook.com/radyo-katipunan. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter at Radyo Katipunan and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM for more exclusive content. Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at sa loob, sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob, sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting at tigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Sa loob, sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, radyo, katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, radyo, katipunan.
Jescom Music Ministry. Music that uplifts the soul. Follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, katipunan. Radyo, katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atin sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, radyo, katipunan. Radyo, katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing giting at tigil.
This is your stop for all things pop. Catch our all-around pop culture geek, Cholo Sediaren, as he throws in some dose of what's poppin' and what's hot in the pop culture scene here on Popcorn. Munch in with us every Thursdays from 4 to 6, only here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM.
What's poppin', and welcome to Popcorn with Cholo Sediaren, your stop for all things pop, where we talk about all things pop culture from here in the Philippines to the rest of the globe. We are back! Yay! Naman, so sorry, MIA life, but we're here, nagbabalik loob. Hello everyone, and welcome. Welcome back to the show. Before we begin, our co-host for the day. Welcome back, Paula.
Hi! Glad to be
Hello.
back.
Emil is also here.
Hey,
No
hello.
introductions needed this time.
Good.
Our news correspondent verified on Twitter, Mr. Summer Ferns no longer.
Living up to that blue check.
Yay!
Our blue check count has been increased by one rather.
By one.
Yeah, welcome to our 75th edition of Popcorn. But
wow.
overall, this is our 100th overall release. Because before, diba, we had mga smaller episodes that weren't
Yeah.
like an hour long. But if you combine everything, happy 100th release, happy second year
Wild.
anniversary to us.
Hey.
Yeah, life has just been life. So, sa mga nanonood at nakikinig, hopefully we'll be able to come up with like a bigger second anniversary sometime. Let's make it happen. But congrats to all of us, and and thanks for joining us on this 2-year journey. Yes. Ayun, yun lang naman ang masasabi ko. Very special episode today. We have really big things in store. But kidding aside, we're just more like catching up on what's new, what people have been talking about. We'll touch on TRESE today, which has been like trending for the last week or so, even until now. So many fan art, right, Paula?
No.
Yung fan art na pinag-share namin ni Paula sa chat.
You, ikaw lang yung nagsasend ng
Ako nga nag-share sa'yo. Sharing is caring, right? Yeah, so this is just more like a popcorn episode. Yeah, na-miss ko to. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, let's get started. We'll just be talking about the latest things. And the first thing on our agenda today is some announcements on like reboots or prequels or whatever reused intellectual property. Hindi naman reuse, but like, you know, milking of the IP.
Milking. Yeah.
First up is on Disney Plus, which is the Beauty and the Beast prequel, which has been announced in like parang since Disney Plus Investors Day pa lang yata, which was I don't even know when that was anymore. The time is just you know, time is so
different now.
I don't even know anymore. Tale as old as time. Ayun na lang. But now they're introducing Tale older than that tale, as old as time.
Because it's a prequel.
Yes, because it's a prequel to Beauty and the Beast. The live action one starring and this new series that has been greenlit stars Josh Gad as LeFou and I forget his name. Luke Evans as Gaston, and there's a newcomer as well, I think, who will be playing LeFou's stepsister. So I think that's what the story will be, not related to any of the Enchanted Castle happenings, but more on an adventure between LeFou and Gaston. Or LeFou, who is quote-unquote Disney's first gay character.
I mean...
Or like, maybe the 99th first gay well, yeah, that's been ang tawag dito. That has been like a criticism against Disney for introducing their first gay character for like
over and over again.
We've had LeFou, diba? And who else? And Happy Pride pala to everyone.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yun.
There was Shang. There was the Endgame director. There was
the troll from Onward.
The troll from Onward. Yeah.
Unconfirmed, but like Cruella's like the person working in the fashion store.
I'm pretty sure a character in Bambi was. Basta yan. It goes to show.
Who in Bambi? I was like,
I don't know. The squirrel. No, not squirrel. The skunk.
the one that was really into flowers.
Yeah, flowers.
Yeah, okay.
His name is Flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the spoon from the original Beauty and the Beast is a gay character as well.
I mean, I would think that Lumiere is pan. Like that wouldn't be.
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
He's just European. That's it.
Gay or European.
Gay or European.
Yeah.
So many shades of gray. Yes.
Pero yun,
that was a really blunt reference for those who did not understand. Okay, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll start. Well, Beauty and the Beast is like my ultimate favorite Disney movie, and I did not completely hate that live action movie. Although Belle was terribly miscast, I would probably say. But the rest was pretty good, and I enjoyed it naman. Not like Lion King, where I was like really like asleep for a portion of that movie. Yun, pero I guess it's interesting, but it's not really something I'm super excited about. Just like that Aladdin live action spin-off then with the White Prince. I'm just calling him the White Prince because I'm not sure what his name is. See, Billy Magnussen is having his own series.
Oh.
It's been
Why?
exactly.
Why?
So it's just really like milking those popular live action things. Yeah. Kayo. So it's a sax for me.
Yeah, I think that's something that Jace, hi Jace, if you're listening to this, that's what he said when I gave the news na at this point, Disney's just basically milking everything that they have. Nawawala yung creativity,
Yep.
but that Disney was really known for many years ago. And I mean, Luke Evans was really good in Beauty and the Beast. Like I really enjoyed his performance. And the moment Disney finds out, oh, people like this character, let's shove into something else. Let's make money out of him. It's just really a sign that Disney is really the mega powerhouse it is, and it can do whatever it wants. It will not lose money, and so wala. And it's sad to know that people are gonna watch it anyway, even if they say they won't. They don't like the idea.
Obviously.
At least aminado
I
siya.
raised my hand.
But yun, so
I am the number one slave to
Shill.
the corporation.
I continue to criticize Disney, but that's how things are right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's hard to avoid like Disney content because they also own like everything.
That's true.
Like I'm a fan of The Handmaid's Tale, and I know that while watching that,
On Hulu.
it's a Hulu thing.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
in
Hulu.
some way, The Handmaid's Tale is owned by Disney. But with this Beauty and the Beast thing, same thoughts as Cholo. Na I love the original, as in I love it. And if you play me the opening notes of the title song of Beauty and the Beast, I will tear up. And I didn't hate the live action one either. But it's so weird to me that Disney's trying to make new properties based around their villains, and you just know they're going to like try and humanize Gaston, even if he's supposed to be like this horrible, toxic, toxic masculine guy. So I don't know, like unless they make it like Johnny Bravo and they make it like a parody of that type of person, I would be fine with that. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm like below a sax. I forgot our rating scales.
A sax
Oh yeah, so same below. I'm a sack also.
or a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
mean, same with everybody. Like, I think Beauty and the Beast is almost everybody's favorite aside from Lion King.
I guess that's like 94, 95, 96 liners. It's really like our generation.
But even like my aunt, it's her favorite.
Really?
Out of
My dad also.
Diba? So there's something about Beauty and the Beast that's just like appealing to everybody. And also, I did not hate the live action, but unlike Cholo, I'm a fan of Emma Watson, so sue me. Like, I'm just gonna enjoy her in everything that she's in.
Teka lang, tawagan ka ng abogado ko.
So, but out of all of like the Disney villain properties, like Gaston is the last person I'd want like a story for, like his own, whatever. I'd rather hear Maleficent, which has already happened.
Yeah.
Or Ursula, for God's sake, I would rather have her story, diba? Or Jafar, even if we're going to go for.
I would have like a Maurice spin-off of Maurice's inventor young days.
I mean, that's kind of good also, yung mga tricks niya. I would rather that than like Gaston, because there's really like absolutely no need. Like he serves his purpose, and that's about it. Like there's no, like Emil said, there's no need to like delve deeper into this like macho misogynist.
Maybe
So,
there's no need to be deep in the first place. They're not aiming
But
for.
that's what they're gonna do. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but even in like their book lines, Disney has been releasing these like spin-offs of like the villains, focusing on the villains mostly. I forget what that's called. Twisted Tales, I think that's what it is. So they've been doing that since 2018. So I'm not like 100% surprised that they're doing it for their like series. But yeah, parang tama, just enough. You know that gif from like Pitch Perfect of Rebel Wilson going, enough! It's kind of what I feel right now with what Disney's doing with all of their properties. So like everybody else, I'm a pass. I don't want this, and this will actually, like Cruella, which I have actively been avoiding.
I was
I'm
just about to ask,
not
what did
going
you
to
okay.
watch
think about
these.
Cruella?
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean that's what I heard. I mean, Richard was telling me, Richard Webb, hi Richard, if you're listening, that the reason why she hates Dalmatians is because her mom was killed by a
Yeah.
Dalmatian.
Yeah.
What? What?
You know,
I thought that was like a meme or a
Oh
shit
my God.
post.
Yeah.
It's real?
Real. It's
Yes.
Absolutely not. No, thank you.
Well, it wasn't technically the Dalmatians. It was
Well-
someone telling the Dalmatians to kill the mom.
No, but the Dalmatians are the ones that like
Actually, did it.
actually do it.
physically.
Yeah. Well, it was really like campy and like the soundtrack was. They had a budget for that in Cruella.
Yeah, that's why it's so
I mean,
expensive.
yeah, watch it for the costumes for sure.
Oh, yes,
That's it,
definitely.
yeah.
And I mean Emma Watson, Emma Thompson, and Emma Stone. They're
And
great.
the Cruella sequel, si Emma, ano again will be there, Emma Watson. As the third Emma.
Oh,
Why there?
what if?
Why is there a Cruella sequel? I saw a tweet that said, "Isn't the Cruella sequel just 101 Dalmatians?"
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So where do you go?
Like a reimagined 101 Dalmatians, I guess.
Wasn't that the one with Glenn Close?
Oh man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, 102.
I don't know.
I love that movie, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
I would rewatch that over and over as a child.
I have yet to see that as like an adult.
Glenn Close as a cake, amazing.
Oh,
Nothing beats
childhood.
that.
Reminds me of the 101 Dalmatians Happy Meals in the
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, those were nice. Anyway,
Ayun, so that's
Off
it for our first topic, which is Beauty and the Beast prequel. There's no name yet, no? It's just like Gaston and LeFou,
On Wikipedia, it's called Little Town,
full of little people.
as in little. Yeah.
no.
Why?
Because it's set in a little town.
It is a little town.
Quiet village every day, like the one before.
Little town.
Full of little.
Oh my God, we're just gonna sing those.
Okay. Anyway.
It's our next reboot.
Anyway, our next reboot in our line of reboots, they also came out with so many reboot news. Where do we even begin? I guess let's start with the least parang the least invested we're in, which is Gossip Girl, the 2021 reboot on HBO Max. Honestly, I wasn't really a big on Gossip Girl.
I never watched it.
I was
though.
really a Glee person in that era, so that's saying something. But yeah, parang they just kind of just like changed it to be more
modern.
politically correct and diverse, but it's just pretty much the same. I don't know how else they'll change Gossip Girl. But
I
Kristen
mean,
Bell is back.
Yeah, watching the trailer, that's what got me. Like hearing Kristen Bell's voice as Gossip Girl again, like, oh, I'm back in high school. Like that's just what it felt like. But other than that, I didn't really feel there's an angas kasi to the original Gossip Girl, which is probably why I didn't watch it as a teenager. It wasn't my thing. That I didn't feel in this new one, parang, and excuse the term, it just felt like trying hard na mga rich kids. Alam mo yun, na as an adult, it's not really that fascinating to watch anymore, I guess.
Maybe we're just past that, and it's
Maybe
for
we're just
Gen
not
Z.
the target audience for
Exactly.
this. But at the same time, we watch High School Musical, the series Cholo, and we
That's true.
enjoy it.
That's true.
So, I don't know. It's weird. And the lead girl, she calls herself an influencer, pero yung
Her
Instagram
live
live
only has like
are only 82 people. You're not an influencer, girl. Mas influencer pa si na Prince and si Emil.
Oh my God.
Whoa, wait.
I don't want to own that.
Whoa, no. I say nothing. I say nothing.
But yeah, it's past. I mean, I was never interested in it in the first place. Nagulat nga ako that it exists.
Wait, Kristen Bell is in Gossip Girl?
she is.
She is Gossip Girl. She's the voice of Gossip
I have
Girl.
no idea. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
Spoilers.
Same. Like I have nothing to offer because I don't know
like-
anything about.
Well, in the original Gossip Girl,
Gossip Girl.
in the original Gossip Girl, si Dan or what's his name?
What's that?
we don't
See
know.
you? Isn't that the
yeah,
guy
the guy
in
in
you?
you. What's his name again?
Stalker in you.
Penn Badge.
Ben
Okay.
Badgley.
Fan
Ben
Bagely.
Badgley.
Oh.
But
Badgley.
he wasn't Gossip Girl in the books. It was his sister.
Yeah, but Dan Humphries eventually was revealed as Gossip Girl. But Gossip Girl throughout the series, as they were trying to find out who Gossip Girl was,
Yeah.
it's Kristen Bell's voice, who is back. But this is still set in the same Gossip Girl universe, so and run by the same showrunner. So they're saying that older characters might still appear somehow.
Okay.
So
So Sebastian Stan back in Gossip Girl. Let's go.
I always got it confused with Pretty Little Liars. Like I couldn't tell the difference.
that's what I watched.
Oh, okay, there. See,
That
I
was
don't
like
know.
later, I think, in our
That was like mga
teenage years.
2011, 2012 season.
I think ang kasabay ng Gossip Girl was like the 90210 reboot.
Yes, that was
Right? Yeah.
the last of its kind teen
Yeah.
drama before it became Vampire Diaries, ganyan.
Yeah, I have nothing talaga. I'm sorry. I got nothing. I really got nothing.
Lumabas yung mga nanonood sa ano.
I don't.
Sorry.
I'm sorry,
So you're
guys.
skipping channels,
Don't get
it's just
mad.
there.
It's okay. This is a safe space. Next, we have iCarly also released their trailer, which is also like an adult version of the same thing without Jeanette McCurdy
And Gibby.
and Gibby.
Gibby.
Aww.
Yeah. They both had really bad experiences with the show. so.
Even Gibby.
Yes.
Sad.
So, yeah, there's nothing. There doesn't seem to be
Ay,
anything
man.
like new aside from the new characters who are replacing those characters. And I guess they're older, and Spencer's rich na raw. So that's what I've heard.
I love Jerry
He's
Trainer.
the most successful one among everyone because Freddie's
Of his art.
divorced, Carly's like figuring it out and all that. So that's iCarly.
This is Paramount, right?
I'm
Paramount.
not
Yeah, it's Paramount Plus.
Okay.
It was nice. Like I watched they released the intro song for it, and the vibe is
Is there a
cool.
new
I don't know.
song?
It's the same song, but like the visuals. It's just really nice seeing it. And oh my gosh, what's her name? Miranda Cosgrove redoing her famous meme of thing. Yeah, with the cup or like the soda. She redoes that in this intro, and I think it's just funny. If you were a fan of iCarly and Drake and Josh Groban,
Random dance.
it's just really cool to see everybody, I guess. So I'll definitely be watching it as like a
This
massive.
is our iCarly, but less crazy, I guess.
I mean, I realized it now that like if iCarly was an actual web show that existed when we were teenagers, it would not have gotten famous the way that it did in the show. But yeah, it's just fun, and crush ko si Nathan Kress, so like it's nice to see.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would probably watch the pilots or the first episodes to see the status quo, and we'll go from there. I don't have much. I'm not like the biggest iCarly stan.
I've never seen it, so.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I would watch when there was big guest stars like David Archuleta. That's the only like
That was a funny episode.
those episodes. I would watch those.
I was a big like Creddy stan, which is like Carly and Freddie. So the fact that Sam isn't here bodes well for me.
Good news pala.
But I love Jeanette McCurdy. Her
But that
TikTok.
meme is me as well. That's us before the pandemic and after the pandemic with our cups in our hands.
Still watching TV shows on our computers. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. In our rooms. iCarly. That's it.
I love.
But now they're cursing na rin yata. Or it's more adult.
Oh yeah, I saw a tweet na it's a very much more mature version. Like it's the same thing essentially, but like more mature content.
I guess when you see it, but the way they're marketing it is like
Nostalgia lang.
factoring on the nostalgia muna.
I'm not gonna watch it. I don't think I'll ever like. Well, there's no interest for me in it.
Yeah, sometimes you just like grow past those concepts, but it's just nice to like watch at least the first episode. But sometimes you get
Like
hooked.
Raven's Home. Yeah.
Yeah, I also just watched the first episode of Raven's Home.
Ako rin.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, but HSN TMDS is a completely different thing. Um, pero nakakatanda din yun panoorin.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel old when I watch it.
When we're like kasi they have a teacher called Miss Jen.
Yeah, tayo na yun.
We are Miss Jen, sadly.
Dude. Like when you realize na you are the mentor, the age of the mentors in the shows that you watch, it's kind of depressing.
wait, how old are the teachers in that show? They're like 20
Probably
something.
like
Your age, Emil.
Wow, thanks.
Eyes wide.
But yeah, like late 20s, ganyan. So not like
I
And
told
now,
you.
no, I am in my late technically.
Technically. Technically we are, but you know, it's not like basta, like we're still in that space, I guess, which is why I relate to them more than the children. But yeah.
Yes, ayun, nothing much on that as well, I guess. Next also is the Rugrats reboot. I think Paula has seen the first episode.
I saw the first episode, yeah.
It's not really like something completely new, no. It's more like it's 3D animated now. But like they
It's
just
modern, set in modern times, so it's everything adjusted well. The kids are watching on like a big screen and they're on tablets and stuff, and it's just nice seeing like the characters that you loved so much growing up in this new kind of setting, and rendered also in a completely different way that I think pays like a lot of respect to the original work also. And if you watch the intro then of the new one, it's not a complete like um copy lang of the original
Oh.
intro, which is something that's very sacred, I guess, like to a lot of people. It has its own spin and it does it really well, I think. What is a little jarring to me though when I watch it is all of the babies are the same voice actors as they were in the 90s show, but all of the adults are different. And I just don't understand the reasoning why. And I don't know if it's really just preference because I'm so used to the old VOs, but the new ones don't really like sit well with me. So it's hard to explain unless you guys actually watch the show, which I mean you don't really have to. I'd rather we stick like to what we know and love. I think those are better put in. But it's nice like for this new generation. I wouldn't mind showing this to my little cousins and it'll be fun. So yeah, and Phil and Lil's mom here, she's a lesbian in this one, so that's like
Oh.
interesting.
Wait, what
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
husband?
No, so Howard doesn't exist in this like Rugrats
Oh.
universe.
So
they
they have
really updated it then.
Yeah, and Susie is now because like in the original Rugrats, diba, she's not in the opening credits, so she's like a side character lang, but a side character that we see often. But here, like she's really established as like part of the baby crew, which is nice. So I'm hoping that
Kimmy
they'll
there?
introduce. Sorry.
is Kimmy there.
Ayun, I was gonna say like I hope they introduce Kimmy like later on in the series. That's that's what I hope. Like they'll have an homage or a reference to Rugrats in
In
Paris. Yeah. So it's fun. I mean,
As
I just-
young Asian representation in Kimmy.
but Rugrats in Paris was a great movie. Like,
Yes.
I know. Tell me otherwise. Reptar, he's no ordinary monster. He's a lizard with a heart of gold. I love it so much. Yun lang. I don't know why I know a lot about these Paramount Plus shows, but it's fascinating to me.
I guess their marketing is working. Then
Mhm.
nakaabot sa Pilipinas. Speaking of Nickelodeon, we also have apparently a Legends of the Hidden Temple remake, but with adults this time around. Yeah, I mean, we've always wanted to join that show, right?
Hell yeah.
Yun.
What were your like preferred teams, if you guys still remember?
Oh shucks.
Wait, I'm gonna look up the teams.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna look up.
I like
the
the parrots, the blue
I
parrots,
remember is it purple parrots?
or the purple parrots. I don't
Or
remember.
parakeets? Di ba may parakeet din?
Purple Parrots. I think who did I like? I think I like the Silver Snakes a lot. And like I was always so angry that for some reason I felt like the Green Monkeys always won. Or I always remembered them winning. I don't know why. So like that became my rival team in my head.
I was parrots or
It's the,
iguana.
blue
Oh, the
barracudas.
iguanas. The barracudas, yeah.
Pero in
Great.
fairness, super scary nung mga lumalabas na
Yeah.
nanghahakot doon.
And it was also like rare for a team to actually finish the temple quest, because they were really hard. The stuff they had to do.
Nakakatakot sila, yeah.
And then you get kidnapped like midway. So I'm interested to see how they're gonna make it more like adult.
Wait, so it's gonna be a game show again, right? It's
Yeah.
not gonna be like a scripted series based on.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
They're casting, but like they're recruiting contestants already in the States. So
And
I feel like
it's
they-
jungle.
Yeah, they can make it like American Ninja Warrior. That's it.
Oh yeah.
but for nerds.
With like action, yeah, and like spear throwing people.
Dapat may ganun na ulit dito, no? Yung mga Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah.
I just want game ka na ba back? Like
Yes! Oh my gosh,
ako
yes.
eh.
Yes.
Back game ka na ba?
I mean, it's back, but I haven't seen the new Robbie Domingo version yet.
Is it out na ba?
Yeah, it's ongoing on Kumu. Like,
Oh, okay. That's why I
Yeah,
don't watch
not-
it.
do people even watch TV anymore? But yeah, I would agree. Game Ka Na Ba was like my dream childhood game show to be on.
Right? Aside from Legends, because I knew I would like lose there.
And I wanted to like, tawag dito, join the family legacy in a sense. Because my tito and my tita got to be contestants for Game Ka Na Ba at one point.
Cool.
Yung tito ko, remember the category where it's yung you have to list down 8 things,
Mhm.
something. My tito reached that point. And it was like, what are the 8 MMFF movies this year? I was like, yes, it's like my thing.
So it would be easy for a lot of people in this podcast too.
Fights Ganda, Vic Soto,
Coco Martin.
Martin, Ai, ano pa? Sino pa?
Obligatory horror movie.
Yeah.
Take that and roll or random Regal film na horror. Hotlum.
Oh my god. You mean Coops? Coops?
Ano yung Coops?
Sa Letterboxd kasi sinearch ko yung Otlum sa Letterboxd. Tapos yung English title, ginawa nilang Coops. And I realized it's just spook backwards. So, nakakabobo.
Is that
Oh my
real?
God.
Is that a real
It's
English?
real. It's real. I tweeted the screenshot. But look, go to Letterboxd, look for Otlum, and the thing that will come out is Coops. God. It's so dumb.
As a Filipino, no, talaga ba, wala tayong maisip na iba pang English word na pwedeng
Maybe
baligtarin.
they really wanted the double entendre.
Coops din sila, pare.
Coops, pare. Coops.
Coops, pare.
Coops, bro.
Oh my.
So yun, Legends of the Hidden Temple will be in the CW. Speaking of the CW, the Powerpuff Girls, which has been long debated on Twitter, is getting a rework because people saw the script leak and people weren't happy about it and they were like, oh, we need to make it this darker. As
Was
if
anybody happy with the news of the Powerpuff Girls reboot in the first place anyway? Like, no.
I mean, we wanted to like try to hate watch it at the very least.
Yes.
And I really like si ang pangalan niya,
Say Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., si Daisy. What's her name?
Forgetting.
The Chinese girl.
Yes, the Chinese girl. Chloe Bennett
Chloe Bennett.
Chloe Bennett.
or Chloe Wang. That's her Chinese name.
Yeah.
But for English casting, Hollywood casting purposes, she had to change it. Yeah. that would have been interesting. But I was thinking maybe like, would we want a new live action Scooby Doo that's not direct to DVD again? Like, I mean, well, classic na yung James Gunn one, so parang I don't want to touch on those
The
anymore.
thing is, kasi with like Scooby Doo and what they did well with that is they really leaned hard on the camp factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diba? So it's like funny for kids because it's like the Scooby Doo that they watch as cartoons, and it's funny for adults because who does this in real life, and that's just amusing to watch. Versus the Powerpuff Girls reboot that, based on that script, was trying really hard to emphasize that these are women and they have sexual needs and they go to therapy, and I'm like, was this written by a high schooler? Like that's what it felt like, a fanfic. It felt like a badly written fanfic. So there was no leaning into what made the Powerpuff Girls like really likable growing up. I would rather watch like that weird Japanese Powerpuff Girl Z.
Powerpuff Girl Z.
I would rather watch that than whatever it was they were trying to make with this dark, edgy Riverdale lead version of the Powerpuff Girls.
I didn't want to believe it was real because the
Look real.
one of the showrunners and writers is Diablo Cody, and I like her work.
Mm.
And I'm reading I saw the leak and I was like, no way. And then I swiped to the next page, no way. And then the third, no, oh my god, this can't be real. And it like that thread went on and on. I was like, oh, you can't be serious. And then that guy deleted the tweet. But
Yeah, I can't find it anymore.
yeah, and the next day they interviewed the creator, the show, the head runner, the pinaka head ng ano. And because this was the day after they shelved it muna, and he would not answer any questions about if there was any leaks. Like, oh my god, you just basically
So it's
confirmed it.
Yeah.
True. And oh my gosh. And I feel bad because I think a lot of people will still want to watch it because how they're trying to, because not like one, like, okay, this is too intriguing. I have to see what's happening here.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like, I guess in some, like in the bit of the way how Riverdale was, like when Riverdale came out and it was sobrang dark and edgy, was like, ooh, what's happening? And then people end up watching.
And
I
to
think
be
that
fair, it was
might
pretty
be the
good,
same effect.
the first season. I liked Riverdale season 1.
Never saw anything. Never saw at
The-
all.
Archie
sister-
series are too sacred to me. I will not do that.
So that's what I think yung appeal na darating ng ng
Powerpuff.
Powerpuff Girls, especially since it's also CW.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna say that I really wanted to watch it just because it looked
Same.
so
I was
bad.
like, it's so
And to be
ridiculous.
fair, and I don't watch a lot of like quote unquote trash TV, but I understand the appeal, and like I wanted to like commit to this because I was thinking this looks so dumb, but I feel like it'll be fun, like because Riverdale still gets like a lot of viewers for some strange reason, and it's in like season what now, 5 or something like that.
7 na.
Seven.
What?
They aged. Aren't they aging everyone up now or something?
Oh
Something
no,
like
it's
that.
not season
And-
7. I think it's season 5, but it's 7
Okay.
years after
Ah,
the
yeah.
last season.
Okay, but
Because
yeah, and like
according to my friend, like literally, si Risa, shout out.
Hi, Risa.
He watches it, I think, or I'm not sure if he gave up na, but the adults, the parents already left the show, as in they didn't want to continue acting on that show, like the parents of Veronica and Arch, and
yeah.
they just
Because I know one of the parents is on another show I watch. Anyway, but sorry, not to interrupt, but I was just gonna say also that like a lot of critics who still review Riverdale still give it like positive ratings, but I feel like just because they've sort of given in to the insanity of it, and I was hoping that's what Powerpuff was going to be. Like I wanted that in my life.
5 season long
Genuinely.
Powerpuff Girls
Yes.
live action.
Pero if anything, the executives watched the pilot, which means there's a video of it somewhere out there.
True.
So all it takes
Potentially be leaked.
is one good hacker, and they will bring it
Oh,
out.
pirates.
28 minutes in all its drafted
Glory.
glory.
But maybe
Glory?
what would be great for Cartoon Network IP would be to just release like an animated cinematic universe with Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Lab.
Samurai Jack.
Yeah, all of those people. Diba the commercials before sa Cartoon Network?
Mm.
Oh yeah.
But make that like into a story. That would be like really cool. I would watch that.
Oh yeah, it's Space Jam 2.
Exactly.
That's Hanna-Barbera, right?
But all the but that's Warner. So
Warner.
they're gonna
And Harry
be-
Potter appears there, diba? Sa Space Jam 2.
Yeah, all the Warner will appear there.
I'm very
So-
excited for that though.
Ayan, same. And it
I-
comes
I
out on
love
my birthday. I'm happy.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm so happy. That's my birthday gift. Getting to see LeBron.
Yun na lang yung LeBron's consolation after
LeBron is a really good like comedic actor though. Like I don't know if you guys have watched Trainwreck.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Comedic timing in Trainwreck. He was funnier to me than Bill Hader was.
Well,
I mean,
fair.
I absolutely love Bill Hader, but every time LeBron was on screen, like he would just steal the show. So I'm hoping that like that happens as well with Space Jam.
Can't wait.
And speaking of WB, what makes me sad is I just found out that the Lego Batman movie 2 isn't happening anymore, and that makes
Yeah.
me, like sad. Apparently, Universal bought the rights to Lego films,
Oh.
and that will parang of course their focus wouldn't be on any of the Warner Brothers properties in
Yeah.
Lego anymore. Although there are plans now that were revealed for the sequel supposedly, which will introduce the Justice League even further. And Dan Harmon was on board also for that sequel, but now it's scrapped and will probably never see the light of day. Sadly, because I really love the first
Lego
Lego.
Batman is like one of the best Batman movies
Yeah.
ever made.
Exactly. So it's really sad stuff.
What happens to Lego Masters though? The show.
Feeling ko the non IP from Warner Brothers will live on.
Okay.
Because like parang the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World characters will continue to live on as a Lego because they're Universal property.
Yeah, it's Universal.
So yun. Last is Temple Run is apparently getting its own live action series, which does not really make sense because it's
You're several years too
21.
late.
Yeah.
It's 10 years too late. Maybe even more than 10 years.
I have no idea. I couldn't believe I was typing that message to everyone. I was like, so this is happening. I was like, are you serious? Did I even send the other news, about Minions?
There's gonna be
Oh my
another
God.
one.
No. Do you remember the Minions game?
Yes.
Oh, that was like that's subway train thing. That was the
Yeah. The Minions game, it reached 1 billion downloads.
Oh
So
yeah.
I was like, people downloaded. It reached 1 billion?
It's the
Really?
kids. It's the kids.
Kids. It's a
me.
fun game.
It's me.
Subway Surfer.
I love Subway Surfer.
Yeah. So it's that, but Minions.
Exactly.
I want. Yeah. So I was like, I
Not
want-
kill.
I want a Subway Surfer movie. I'd watch that.
At this point, I'd rather watch like a Flappy Bird movie than like a Temple Run.
Flappy
They're
Bird.
going Temple Run. Like they might as well do Flappy Bird.
That might be a Angry
Oh my
Birds 3 or
God.
something.
I love that.
Flappy
I
Bird.
love that game. It's like
Ano
took
yung plot
hold.
nun?
movie.
Ano yung...
It
Ano
like
yung
took
plot
hold
ng
of so
Flappy
many
Bird?
people. No. But at this point, like if you're making a Temple Run one, like, I wouldn't mind the Flappy Bird movie as well.
I mean, at least Temple Run, hinahabol yung tao ng something. So may conflict. Ano yung Flappy Bird?
It just flaps.
The pipe,
Directed by Terrence Malick.
the bird.
Directed by Chloe Zhao.
Oh.
Okay, I'm sold now. Just talking about it. I'm sold. Game. Like an art house movie. The Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird. Oh.
I swear, like the pitches that we have on the show for like cinematic universe.
Yes, Vice Ganda Cinematic
Vice Ganda cinematic universe. Oh,
Tatiana Maslany, matakot ka na.
yeah. Weird news. Very weird news.
Gusto ko pa rin panoorin yung The More the Merrier as per Emil's recommendation.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right. Okay, moving on to our next news. This is Knives Out 2
Prince.
news, which has been
Oh,
going for the longest time, and it's shaping up to be pretty exciting. The latest addition to the cast is Jessica Henwick, who appeared in Game of Thrones and Iron
Iron
Fist.
Fist, yeah.
yeah.
Prince,
Double Monsters.
would you like to roll call?
Roll call. Yeah, I was so first of all, I was surprised that they were actually gonna push through with the Knives Out 2. And then
Netflix paid $400
of course.
million to get
So
that.
of course.
So good.
But then like one by one they mentioned the people who were showing up. I was like, oh my gosh. I am really excited. So the people they have in alphabetical order, apart from
my
Jessica
God.
Henwick, they also got Dave Bautista, Catherine Hahn,
Hey.
It was her all along.
Yeah, it was
her
Agatha.
all along. Madeline Klein, Edward Norton, Kate Hudson, Leslie Odom Jr.,
Yeah.
and
Hey.
Janelle Monáe. So I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god. If
Crazy.
they add, I can't. If they add another name, I just might explode.
Chris Evans returns.
Chris Evans
ransom.
As ransom
In jail.
in jail.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad about. Like,
Who would be?
Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't, Paul.
Belated happy Chris Evans Day.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
40.
I can see 40. I cannot
It's
believe.
40. Goodness. Ayun. I love Knives Out, so anything that's a sequel to that would be amazing to me. We need more murder mystery like movies again. It's so fun.
And Paula has been on a murder mystery role recently
Yeah.
as well. So
Non-stop Agatha Christie books recently. It's great. Yeah. I read Death on the Nile, and I just don't know how they're gonna promote the cinematic release for that, given like how problematic all of the actors are in that cast.
Wait, there's more than one problematic actor. Who's the other
Armie
one?
Hammer,
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
Gal Gadot, who is
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Letitia Wright, who is an anti-vaxxer. So like,
I'm hoping she like learned since
right?
then. But yeah.
Same. But like, how are you gonna promote this film? It's just like,
PR mess.
yeah. Kawawa naman si
Ken Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh. Yeah.
Oh well.
The mystery of these problematic people. Yeah. Exciting news about Knives Out 2. And Jessica Henwick also joins the cast of Matrix 4. So that's gonna be
Do you
like...
see her? Yeah. Do you see her new haircut?
God, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yun yung blue, diba?
I'm
Yeah.
going to look now.
I know, me too.
I'm looking respectfully.
Oh, yo, that's so cool.
She looks cool. She was the best part of Iron Fist.
Yo, I want it. I want that. I'm sorry,
I
I
want
have not cut my hair in months. See, it looks
Same.
May man bun na si Pern.
Okay,
Yeah.
I heard like different. So okay,
so.
noted.
Pern
It
is
looks
joining
nice,
the
but not
Bleach
really.
Club.
Yeah, let's go.
But yeah,
Actually do it since you have long hair. It's like you're gonna chop it
Yeah,
off.
test it out,
Yeah, test it
like
out.
at the ends,
we
because like
shall
don't
see.
do it like near
Yeah,
the. Mm-mm.
we shall see. Pero what's the Matrix 4 still doesn't have a name. It's just Matrix 4.
Yeah.
Into the Matrix verse.
Oh my God! Speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, so my brother is like the biggest Spider-Man fan that I know, and he sent me a teaser for No Way Home. Tama ba? Yeah, No Way Home. The Mexican teaser for No Way
Meron
Home.
ng English.
I was like,
Nung-
what? I know, but like, what's the difference with this? And he shows me at the end, there's the glitch. The Into the Spider-Verse glitch happens in an official Marvel release teaser for No Way Home. There's just that hint of like there could be an insinuation to the Into
It's
the Spider-Verse.
Mephisto, guys.
So-
It's Mephisto.
This.
So,
like, breadcrumbs that my brother is feeding on, I'm just spreading it to the world. So something to hopefully expect from the new Spider-Man trailer, which will probably come out when Black Widow does.
oh yes,
That's it.
yeah.
The timeline.
And that's not too far from now.
Yeah, July. Mhm.
10 years in the making.
Ayun.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Jessica Henwick?
Excited,
She's great.
excited for her.
But I'm thinking, what about, the whole Marvel thing also? Are they just retconning a lot of the things? They haven't officially revealed that. Because there are rumors also that Charlie Cox is
Ah,
appearing as Daredevil again.
To be fair, nobody wants Iron Fist back, so I feel like they can just easily
yeah, like
retcon Jessica Henwick. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Let that one go.
Maybe he will appear in Shang-Chi as a new person. Who knows?
Nah, it's okay.
We can keep everybody else, just not that.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Next, we have our new music segment where we talk about new music. We
Oh,
want to
ang
talk about.
dami.
Emil has a lot on his reco list.
Hindi naman, but
Well, I'm
kaya
sure
ko bigla.
if Dren were here, he would say listen to Alcohol Free by Twice. And I like that song because of the parts where they talk about cocktails. Gusto ko lang uminom ng cocktails. Yeah. But it's a really fun, like chill samba-ish song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also Ben and Ben came out with Leaves, the 2021 version
with
featuring
ano,
Young K of Day 6.
Mhm.
So good. Not biased, but I really, really enjoyed. It's just like it came out at a time where I was so stressed and so and just hearing a new rendition saying all will be all right in time. It's just like very timely. And also their song Magpahinga, which is also a great song. I think that deserves more love because everyone feels tired these days. Emil?
I mean, first of all, Lord is back out
Yes.
of nowhere after 4 years since Manadrama came out 2017, tama ba? Or 2015?
Yes.
2015 ba? Oh my God, has it been that long?
2017.
2017.
Okay, good. But yeah, and yung comment ko sa group chat natin, hindi ako sanay na masaya si Lord for once. Kasi sobrang dark ng material niya. But I'm happy for her. And it took me a while to get used to it, not just because she was happy, but because I purposely set my alarm like super early in the morning so I could listen to it when it dropped. Then I tried, and I wasn't expecting a happy song, so I was lying in bed with my phone. I was half awake trying to vibe to a really happy song. So I couldn't get into it at first because I was half asleep. But like watching the music video, like she's just so fresh and happy.
yellow.
Yun lang talaga. And yellow. So
She needed 4 years to to organize that cult in the video.
in Midsummer cult. Yeah. I mean, again, I wouldn't say naman I have like a lot of music recommendations. It's just that the other day people kept posting like new music stuff. The ones that I've listened to, the one I got to kind of late was the new album from Japanese Breakfast in Jubilee. She's the front woman of Japanese Breakfast, Michelle Zonner, also released a memoir recently called Crying in H Mart, which a lot of people have been
I've been seeing
reading as well. Yeah. So this is I'm also not like the best person to talk about Japanese Breakfast because this is the first time I'm listening to her, but it's really, really great stuff. It's it's pop music, but it's done in a very like, God, I can't talk about music. Like it's done in an interesting way, I feel. And then aside from them, like the other ones I'll bring up also are, if you want to talk Filipino music, the indie band The Buildings came out with an album recently called Heaven Is a Long Exhale. They do very like bedroom indie rock, so it feels very relatable. It feels very like you're just at a gig with friends and whatnot. So yeah, you should also check that out. That's fun.
May hirit na ako for that. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
ano yung lyric nun? To heaven is a long exhale.
No, that's also what played in my head at first, but yeah.
Okay, never mind. After that, speaking of OPM also, I really like Reese Lansangan's new album called Time Well Spent. One of the songs called Orbiting is just really, really good. And she just had a Spotify billboard on Times Square, well deserved. Orbiting, just listen to that. One of my favorite songs on that album. And yung one of the lead tracks called What Is This Feeling? It's just really
Sudden
nice to
ending.
listen to. Ano pa ba? Yeah, EXO. Sorry.
Marry the Night, Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
Gay representation. It's Pride
Happy
Month.
Pride. Literally.
Yeah.
People
Great.
are like, oh, Kylie Minogue saying Gaga how many times in one song?
So good.
Yeah, it's Born This Way's 25th,
And
25th, 10th anniversary.
10th, grabe yung 25th. We are not that
No,
old.
we're not right.
It's Born This Way's 10th anniversary album re-release on June 25th. That's what I meant.
Ah.
And they're really releasing reimagined versions of the songs. They came out with ano muna, Judas, which
Oh, is it out na?
yes, it was sung by Big Freedia. And then the next one was Kylie's Marry the Night, and the rest will be dropping on June 25th. And that will be featuring a lot. The songs, the people that Lady Gaga chose are people who are important or active in the LGBTQIA plus community. So, I mean, that is the essence of Born This Way to begin with. And we have come a long way since 10 years ago. You know, how it was still
People
kind of
wanted to ban Lady Gaga from the Philippines and all of that stuff. Grabe.
yun. We'll probably have something related to that closer to Pride on Lady Gaga. And also, EXO came out with the EP called
Yeah, comeback.
Don't Stop the Feeling. Their special album where before, kasi hiwa-hiwalay na, a lot of people are enlisted right now, and it's a really good walang tapon K-pop album. Really good song. One of my favorite B-sides is Paradise on that album. Yeah, I guess those are my music recs recently. Any other recs? I would say Apple Music also. People have been raving about this, and if you have not tried Apple Music's spatial audio experience, it's very spatial. Uh, it makes you feel spatial. And that's the end of the show. Ang tawag dito. Yeah, I'm honestly a Spotify subscriber. But getting to hear that experience, it's really something different, and you really get to appreciate the music deeper because it
How much
feels
is
like
Apple Music?
sorry.
How much is Apple Music? per
Apple
month?
Music, there's a free trial for 129 pesos for 3 months. Because that's for returning subscribers, I think. But there's a free 3-month trial for free if you're doing it for the first time.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Dolby Atmos for those songs that they released, and you really feel na the music is around you. Especially for the first song I listened to was August by Taylor Swift from Folklore, and that was like very like ethereal feeling being in that song. You feel like you're in that song, and alam mo yung mga parts na some artists whisper words. It's like they're beside you, parang whispering in your ear or something. It's really like that, and yun, it's just really a cool experience, and I guess game changing for music. Yeah, that's my Apple Music moment for the episode. Not sponsored, but Apple. Hello.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, not yet. But
I,
hello
I was
also.
gonna mention. Sorry, I was gonna mention also. Although we'll probably talk about this guy in a future episode, but if you want to talk new music releases, technically the soundtrack album of In the Heights, which I've now listened to that and the original Broadway album like back to back just to like compare things. But interesting siya. So
Which do you prefer?
the original, but except for one song. But I don't know if we'll get into. If I start talking about it now, I'm gonna go on forever. So tune in next time. Find out which
Tune
song.
into our episode.
Or in the
Yeah.
Heights
by
episode?
email.
Yes.
Yeah. Music. Any more music before our last topic, which I guess we'll magbababad tayo pretty lengthily-ish. Not too much, but a bit. Okay, so now we head to our main dish for the day, which has been trending everywhere the last week or so. It's TRESE, the animated Netflix series, and thoughts.
Oh,
Still
Prince
haven't,
hasn't watched
still
it.
haven't seen it. So I only
Oh,
know what
really?
the internet's talking about. I have other stuff to do.
Whoa. Okay.
Alright.
It's a verified
It's
user.
sports season. Sports season.
Okay.
Okay, fair.
That's why.
That's
All
fair.
I know is everything that the internet's talking about. That's all I know.
So I've
Well-
watched both the English and Filipino dub back to back, just because I want to be supportive of like all the dubs, and I am
And
genuinely
Manny
curious.
Jacinto.
Manny Jacinto is great as Maliksi. And I mean, like, I think the internet is being a little too like wolfish at like the criticisms they have for TRESE, in comparing it to like actual anime like from Japan, which I don't think is very fair.
No.
I mean, it's not necessarily the first anime in the Philippines. We have like Barangay 143 to be proud of for that. So I think if we're talking like comparisons, that's where we should be comparing TRESE to, not like the bigger, not, always just like the worldwide or like bigger public releases, because that's not very fair. So I do think like there's a lot of work with TRESE. Having had read the comic books just now, I do think that people should read that. I think it's like obviously the better.
Ooh.
Hey, mine.
Hey, I'm holding up the first volume for those who are listening.
But
Have a
it's-
third. Masyadong malayo. So I don't want to reach for them. But I think they explain the lores better. And that's my biggest criticism kasi talaga of the series. That if you're not Filipino, or even if you are Filipino, and if you're not like aware of the myths of the lores, you're gonna get lost, or like you're gonna get pretty confused as to what like
About
certain
what the
creatures
heck
are, what
are.
they do. So I had to ask my dad some questions then when we would watch together, just to make sure that like what I know about these creatures are correct, or at least are like well known to most Filipinos. And again, like the constant criticism on Liza, I think like as Inka Magnaya said, her voice is fit. Like just her tone is correct naman talaga for Tresa's character. Still very young enough for the role, but she can have that like angas, or like that aloofness that like Tresa as a character does have in the comics. I just don't think she was like trained well enough to be an actual voice actor. Which is something that can be fixed, but sayang lang kasi to me nasasayangan ako, because all of the other voice actors who are like seasoned voice actors for the Filipino and the English ones, they don't get as much appreciation because people get really bothered by the lead role. So I don't know how they're going to fix that moving forward. Hope either Liza gets more training, or they recast her for someone who can actually like speak Filipino like naturally. There's a lot of possibilities, but I think like for a first season, it's just like one long episode. That's how I felt with the whole series, which is interesting. I mean, it gets enough people hyped. Trece is now officially sold out everywhere. So there's bound to be good things that can happen from this. I just think people are too excited about it, and that's why they're being too critical about it all. So it's a good watch. I mean, like if you're a fan of anime and if you're a fan of Filipino myth, it's great. I cannot forgive the way Shay Mitchell pronounces some Filipino words. Like I don't understand who her VO director was and why they didn't like coach her more. I don't get it. Ayun lang. And Manny Jacinto as Maliksi again. Like
I have to listen to that.
it's amazing. Just Manny Jacinto. That's my biggest ano. Nuno, I think the VO for Nuno is great for both the English and Filipino dubs. So,
It got me buying Chocnut. That's what
same.
And yeah, I did also get the comics, volume 1 to 3. Really good. But yeah, it's a great start. Definitely something to be proud of. Regardless of all the criticisms, which are actually pretty fair. Na, we can't win at everything right off the bat, right? It's something that has to be improved. Yeah, and parang I just felt a sense of pride talaga with it being the first Southeast Asian Netflix anime, first Filipino one, and getting those stories out. But I do agree with Paula where she says about I just realized that now na parang nga no, they didn't really we already know what those mythological creatures are kaya we didn't need the explaining, but maybe those anime quick commercial art cards would probably help somehow eventually between breaks. But yeah, si Liza wasn't the best choice, definitely. But I totally understand how the industry works and how to get things going. Because I feel like a lot of people are also just looking at it at the surface level. Na parang it's just very that na they did bad casting, etc. But you have to look at it one at a marketing perspective, how to get more viewers and how to get more seasons produced. It's part of it eh. It's really unavoidable, especially here. Rocket Ship Studio actually posted something in relation to that where they say na it's one of the reasons these projects are greenlit to begin with is that to get investors interested and that they will have ROI na alam mo yun, they have big names attached to it and that's the way to go. Sadly, unfortunately, in the Philippines right now, since animation is in its infancy, and I totally get that, and I don't completely hate Liza's voice acting on this one. I know Paula feels differently on that, but
Okay, out, why don't you?
I mean, yun naman eh. I understand it because I also felt it, especially after like the second episode. But it is what it is. Hopefully, people learn from it. But also, Jay Oliva, who is the showrunner, actually replied to Inka Magnaye and her tweets about it, saying actors are actors, whether it's in front of the camera or on stage or in the voice recording booth. Because Inka had a lot to say, diba, about ayun. So parang
I don't know, that annoys me because there is a difference in voice acting than like on camera.
I feel like
huge
it's kind of off
difference.
that the showrunner has to reply that to like just an opinion of an influencer. But I feel like Inka as a voice actress din kasi has a really huge influence. So I don't know how that reply came about. And Inka did do her own attempt at dubbing a Tagalog version on
A
her
lot of
TikTok.
dubbers did, yeah.
Yeah, so ayun.
Si ano din, diba? Liza.
I did not
Liza Castro.
Yeah, someone posted something.
Yeah, it's like a fan edit lang. It was yeah.
But
And
several TikTokers and dubbers have done it. And yeah,
Emil,
sayang.
who wrote an article on Rap
Yes, read that article. It's
called
Yeah, thank you.
Stuck Between Marketing and what was that, Mythology.
I think mystery.
Mystery. Yeah. Mm-mm.
It took me like an hour to come up with a title, by the way. I hate
Yun pala yung
writing
tweet mo.
titles.
It's always
Yeah.
the hardest thing.
Yeah,
talaga.
it's the last thing you write.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just to like echo stuff from that review. Like, well, first of all, like I think all the criticism naman is fair game. Obviously, like when the tweets and stuff just end up sort of ad homineming certain people, like that's when I'm bothered, obviously, which I've seen happen enough. But I think generally the reception has been pretty positive, and the criticism has mostly been very objective naman. And like on the flip side, I feel like when people provide like fair criticism of, let's say, Liza or the show itself, people are allowed to criticize. Like some people just take it like it's like we're trying to tear down like this Filipino property. We're really not. Like I think it's fair lang that we obviously want to see it be good quality. And like what Cholo said, I think it's really important to think of the show in terms of like it's clearly trying to market itself to an international audience. And I think a lot of the problems that it has, and I do have a lot of problems with it, even if I enjoyed it naman, I feel like a lot of the problems are very clearly a result of the fact that it's still trying to pitch itself to the world. And so for me, it's a little easier to forgive some of the things that I don't like, just because I know it sucks to say, but I know that the show wasn't made for Filipinos. Like it's being made for like everybody, which is why it's like in a 6-episode run, they had to include the solo cases from the early volumes of TRESE, but then they had to introduce also like this huge like epic fantasy thing in the last 2 episodes with a 10-minute monologue that takes up 1/3 of the finale. That's why some of the more like provocative or controversial storylines, I'm told, were sort of sanitized for the series. That's why like there's like a good cop character who I do not like at all. So yeah, like there's just a whole lot of stuff.
They solved that for you. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
not
even the way
really, but
that
yeah.
even the way that was quote unquote solved is just problematic.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, because it feels like because of how popular TRESE has gotten, I feel like I've been talking about it for so long, even if it only came out like a few days ago. Yeah,
Not even a week ago. It was
and
like,
not even
4 days ago.
4 days.
4 days.
But I will say though that that's a really good sign. Like I think that the marketing department like really went all out, because the fact that people are still talking about it is crazy. And I'm seeing more memes. I'm seeing more not safe for work fan art. There's so much of it. But yeah, like it's exciting that that's happening, and I think we're allowed to champion it as like this is a Filipino product, at the same time say we really need to fix a lot of stuff. And yeah, so I'm like, even if I have issues with the show, I'm still like super excited for the second season, because I'm positive that they will have more creative control. The worry lang is that because they introduced the whole epic fantasy story, I can't imagine the series going back to individual cases, which were the best parts of season 1, I think. So we'll see what happens, I guess. Yeah. Also, the English voice cast should just stick to like the real accents.
Their
like,
accent.
Stop pretending to be Filipino. It's fine. Like
Darren Chris with the fake ass Filipino accent is so like
he was a little okay for me, but the guy who plays Tapia in the very first episode, he says 1995 with a really strong pipe, and it's just so fake. Like, just don't do it, man.
I don't know why, but it does feel a little racist to me when they do that. Like, even if they are Filipinos, like it's the way that when Jokoy tries to be funny when he's copying his mom. That's what it feels like to me, and it's just not genuine. Like if you're targeting
how they perceive us versus how we actually are.
Diba? Like Filipino Americans or like Filipino Westerners, whatever, they don't have that accent most of the time naman anyway. Or is it ever? It's just like really.
And it's okay. I mean, like I watched the Japanese dub also, and like it's not like they were trying to like add a Filipino accent either. So it's fine. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, guys.
Yeah, my film cousin called it very fob or fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
That's an accurate description of that. But yeah,
sorry.
go Paula.
The writing as well in Filipino like concerns me. The way that I've described it to my brother, it's very Atenean Tagalog. And like Ateneans in this chat, I don't know if you guys agree, but it is that the type that to be fair, Budget is also Atenean. You write it in English first and then translate it into Tagalog after. Like that's how it seems to have been written, and you can really feel that in the way that the words are a little too formal, a little too deep, like not the kind of conversational language that you'd have day to day with Filipinos. And that bothers me a little bit because I do want, as much as we all want TRESE to be like marketable worldwide, I think what's more important to me at least is that it's watched by Filipinos, by most Filipinos. And, you know, a lot of them will probably not watch the English dub and try to watch the Tagalog dub. But if that, it also alienates them, that's kind of sad. Like that's one of our languages, and it's just not done like with justice. I think so. There's that. I also I know that Netflix has complete control of it at the moment, but one of my dreams for TRESE is for it to be released on television where more people will be able to watch it, because not everybody has access to Netflix, and that's why there's this whole issue then with like the piracy about TRESE that's happening. And I agree naman that we should support like the original content, but at the same time I want more Filipinos watching it, diba? Like I want more of us to see ourselves like on screen and recognize brands that we grew up with and in the background.
Except
So-
the super big chalk nut that does not exist. But
I
maybe
think it apparently does exist.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
it was phased
Yeah,
out
they
or something.
tried to make it. They tried to make it though, according to Yvette Tan.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
parang
what
yung
she
ano
wrote.
ba yun? Yung parang Hershey's na malaki, but like chalk nut.
They tried to make it daw, but the thing is kasi the consistency of chocolate, like masyado siyang crumbly.
Crumbly.
So it can't like sustain the big form that it does in that weird. And it only happens in the first episode of TRESE because in the rest of the season, maliit na
Normal
yung
size. May budget siya nung una.
nakakatawa.
Kaya na inisinuno. Anyway, spoiler alert. But yeah, marketing, I just want to show this off. Joke. Nawala.
Oh, we can't see.
You tried.
We can't see.
Yes, I made it disappear. There.
Ayun, there,
Oh, yeah,
there,
yeah.
Somebody gave me
Okay.
this. Shout out to Miss Day Kabuhat. She's one of the artist managers I work with. And she just sent me it. I don't know why. She thought that I would appreciate it, but I really do.
Which you do.
Because I was like really like manifesting na I really want to find that Inquirer cover with TRESE. And then she just messaged me, hey, I'm gonna give you my copy. I'm like, okay, awesome. And Miss Day is like amazing. She's like actually one of the business partners of Will Sportasio. So parang
A legend.
wow, a legend indeed. And she's also like the manager of the Eraserheads before. So really cool
Wow.
stuff. And at least manager up to this day, I would believe. So yeah, shout out to Miss Day. You are amazing. Yun. And the marketing talaga, parang, you know, those billboards with slashes, just really great stuff.
Yeah. Like they're
And
not even a rival agency, but like they're not my agency at the least. But like Gigil did like amazing work with all of the ads leading up to and even now, like that it's out. Everything they've done for TRESE, I think, aided to how big it is. So sobrang laking kudos to them.
Yung,
yung
ABS,
ABS, yeah, I was gonna say.
AB
The name change.
and yeah, what a feat actually. So
I mean, if they could only like show that on TV, no, on ABS. Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
But maybe,
Yeah.
you know, with the blood, I don't know how that's gonna work.
you release it like late at night, like Nick at night. Then.
Yeah.
I mean,
ABS.
it's like I don't even think it's. I feel like I've seen way more violent anime that aired on like as
Like
when I was a
Inuyasha.
child. Or like even something like Rurouni Kenshin for me felt very violent as a child, and like
it is.
yeah, TRESE is gory, but it's not too bad. It's like a DC animated show, like in terms of violence. One of the more tame ones, I suppose. But yeah. So, I mean, but I still have high hopes just because also because the marketing did its job. I feel like yung Tres has become sort of like officially part na siya ng like meme universe ng Pilipinas. Like
Yeah.
Which is a good
like
sign.
That's
Exactly,
when you know you've made
exactly.
it.
Yeah, like 5 years down the line, if someone posts like a Trese meme, I feel like people will still it'll still
Recognize
resonate with
it.
people.
Trese meme.
Oh my god. I didn't yeah, okay, that was unintentional. Yes.
To
But
be
yeah, so
fair, when you search Trese on Jiffy, may lumalabas sa Trese May talaga.
I'm sure.
yeah, I mean I've like I said, like I've a lot of high hopes, and in the other podcast I was just on for Unreal.ph, where we were talking about Trese as well. We were talking about sort of like our hopes of what we hope like season 2 would be. And for me, like even if I would like to see more like individual cases, because like Citrasa doesn't really get to be an investigator in this show. Like she really just asks other creatures to tell her
Yeah.
what's happening. But I really like the idea of her as trying to negotiate with all the tribes to keep the peace, which I think is super interesting. And I feel like they can totally go like season 1 Game of Thrones there and just like have it be like a political sort of drama. Um, yeah, and yeah, I'm just like dreading all the fan art we're gonna keep getting. So yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
Basilio and Crispin.
Crispin and Basilio.
I don't think
Yes.
there's enough maliksi fan art, like guys. Like
Ay,
see,
nakita mo na ba yung sa same artist na sinend ko sa'yo kanina?
I did. Yeah, I
Yun.
did.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing maliksi is the tikbalang.
Yes.
Okay, I got nothing. I have nothing. Okay.
I mean, I can see the appeal. He's yeah.
All that's playing in my head talaga is Manny Jacinto's voice. So yeah, that just sells him for me.
But definitely to bounce off Emil, yeah. I mean, I would say reading the individual cases also. It's just nice how they
They're
were
so
also
cool.
able to kind of tie them in together on the show. Although it feels very ano na abridged. Tama ba? Abridged or abridged?
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
combined certain
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah, and dami.
It just having had read the cases parang a bit longer. Parang sayang opportunity to dive into those mysteries, but they could always create more stories, and there's more volumes that are untapped. So season 2 definitely, I hope it's longer. Although the 6 episodes were a nice pace, quick pace. Although yun nga yung last part of episode 6, tama si Emil doon. But yeah, it's a really I'm just happy that it exists, and I'm really excited to see what else goes from here. Hello Trese Funko Pop.
That would be great.
Of course.
Yes, of course, as part of my never-ending collection.
I tried to make my hair nga like her, but my hair is way too long. So,
Wala, I have the
Meron
gray
sige.
going on.
yeah.
Ikaw, Paula.
If
hope-
my hair is like black again, then maybe, yeah.
I can
but I
totally
feel like-
imagine Paula and Trese cosplay in
Oh, totally. Yeah, with the trench coat.
Yeah, for sure.
But the thing is, kasi for sure, like the next time there's gonna be like a corner, or even like this Halloween, there's too many dresses gonna
That's
be
true.
out and about. So we'll go a different path. Maybe I'll do one of the kambal. Who knows?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Sure.
Gender.
Gender bent, yeah.
Yeah, diba? Why not? But like I don't know if you guys picked up the newer volumes, and because I'm not 100% sure if they're in the older like issues of Trese or the older releases of Trese, but in volume 3 there's a lot of like fan art that they posted or published at the end of the book, so fan arts throughout the years, and it's nice to see because both Budge and Kajo, tama ba yung, yeah, both Budge and Kajo are from advertising, and it's just so wonderful to see all these advertising names doing fan art for Trese and supporting like the creative works of other people in advertising. And Budget is just like goals as a creative person, like writing this book, becoming ECD of one of the biggest advertising agencies in the Philippines. He was ECD of Macan World Group for a while, and now he works for freaking Lego. Like, how amazing is this person? And he's coming out with a new Trese book this year as well. Like, grabe. Like, just no words how in awe I am of like Budget and his creative prowess.
And it's making us read. So
Again, yes, I'm so
Exactly.
happy to be reading again.
it just feels great in this like digital age na we
Yeah.
get to take a step back from our screens, our daily Zoom meetings with the robotic recording voices, um, and just have parang a short time relaxing your eyes a bit with paper instead.
I realized also because earlier, like I guess like a couple months ago, I was doing like it wasn't really a talk. It was like an intact thing with a couple of creative writing graduates, and we were talking to freshmen about our careers and whatever. And then, but like before the presentation started, I swear this is related. Before the presentation started, one of them asked the other, "What are you reading now?" And then number one, I realized that I had no answer to that question. Number two, that's just sexy question to ask somebody like, "What are you reading?"
yeah.
And then if they have an answer, like it's so much better than like if someone asks, "Oh, what are you watching now?" Like TV or whatever. When someone says like, "What are you reading now?" Because it's like a personal like activity, diba? And
Yeah.
like it's sort of like. Basta, like that's the moment I also realized like I don't read and I should. So I've also been reading like more like poetry also. I've gotten used to that. So it's nice, it's fun. But I also still spend most of my time watching
Watching.
movies and TV and playing Lord of the Rings in the background. So yeah.
Oh,
I think I don't know, I think it's great nga. I think what TRESE is doing now is there's a resurgence then of like Filipino works.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people are
yeah.
more interested to reading more Filipino comics.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we all start becoming fans of our local work once again.
I saw nga that I think yung Pen Lab, the website that hosts like these different Filipino comics, like they posted about how like the record was broken yata for like the most views on their site. And there really is like, I mean, if anyone's gone to like a Comiket or like any of those art
Comic
markets, like
Con with a K.
yeah, like people really like we have so many talented like comic artists here, and like well, it is an exciting time to be in that sort of circle.
Yeah. I
And
have like a whole
magkakaroon-
reading list.
I just remembered now, magkakaroon nung leading lady na movie, diba? So that's also like
I think so, yeah.
ano pangalan? Anong full name no? I just know it as
Kung-
leading lady.
Kung paano ako naging leading
Paano
lady.
ako naging leading lady, which I covered as part of Blue Rep before, and I really enjoyed that musical. And I don't think it might not be a musical yata in the movie, but it's an interesting like superhero story, and it's Filipino. Sino gumawa ulit ng Sasha Saturna? Siya rin yung nagsulat ng leading lady na story. Si Carlo Vergara.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yun. Yeah, I mean, we did have Sasha Saturna, the musical, and a movie also before. So it's a nice resurgence. Paul and I were talking about like magkakaroon din ng Janus Silang na series, diba? Eventually.
sure na?
I think ABS-CBN picked it up a while back. Maybe
Yay!
or 2 years ago. I'm not too sure about the timing anymore. But I mean, it is our own
Percy
Percy
Jackson.
Jackson.
Jackson. But yun na nga, with the spaces mostly being about mythology, it's more about making it unique na and how you treat that Filipino mythology, especially if Janus is also gonna become a big thing, which I mean, based on the book, I really enjoyed that first and second book. Yeah. And maybe like, I don't know, they have a manga version also or a graphic novel.
They did know.
So maybe more Netflix animated Filipino series also from that universe. Yeah.
Go watch TRESE. Like, just go watch.
I should.
Grabe, 4 days pa lang pala siya. Felt
You're not
longer.
too late, Burns. It's been 4 days.
Ah,
It feels like it's been a long time, but nah.
Kasi it's just the digital age of this things just popping up every week, and you don't really like have the time to like alam mo magbababad ka, or you like relish the experience because next week there's like a new thing already. So
Yeah. To encourage you, friends, can you wait? Sorry, can you turn your head a bit? Can I see your ponytail?
Oh,
Yeah, if you grow that out a bit more, you can totally be like one of the kambal.
Yeah.
Like I can totally see it. Super.
uh,
You look good in a suit. Yeah.
we'll see. Let me watch it and see what you're talking about.
yeah. So that's pretty much it for our show today. We have reached the end, which is our pop stop or our pop culture recommendations for the week. I will begin with mine. Ang dami na natin napag-usapan actually, but I finally started with Demon Slayer, the anime. TRESE just really came at the right time when Paula started introducing me to anime or like getting into anime deeper versus like before na casually lang. Yeah, Demon Slayer has been really great. The animation is really good.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like watching Demon Slayer and then pausing and then going to TRESE, parang I wouldn't really say na there's a stark difference na parang that proves the quality also of TRESE na they did a great job on the animation side. Um, I'm just starting with Demon Slayer, but it's just really, really interesting and fun, and the world is slowly starting to like get together. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, and also Jujutsu Kaisen is now on Netflix, so you can access that legally now. Um, yeah, really fun show as well. Kind of similar-ish lahat from TRESE to Demon Slayer to Jujutsu in a sense that there's like demons in them
Yeah.
in to some extent. But Demon Slayer, I'm really having fun with it, and yeah, that's my recommendation for the week.
I can go next. So, as I've mentioned earlier, I've been on an Agatha Christie kick. She definitely deserves the title of like the woman of mystery or best mystery writer out there. And I would like to recommend something that people have stated is her best work, which for the longest time I did not believe because I really thought like And Then There Were None was my favorite out of all of Agatha Christie's works. But go and read The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. This is one of the very rare times that I'm reading an Agatha Christie novel and I have no idea who the killer is until like the very end. It's one of the last pages of the book where you find out who it is and you just like gobsmacked and you have to read it again to just like look for the clues, and it's really great. I think it's one of those books as well, one of her books that I can never see like being turned into a film because of the way it's written and because of the way that the murderer is revealed. I can't see it happening like for any form of media aside from the written word, and that's always great. So there's that. In terms of
Spoiler alert, it was Agatha all along. Just kidding.
Technically, she's the author, so she killed the character.
technically, it was Agatha all along. Um, so there's that. In terms of anime, which is probably the only consistent media I've been consuming in the past few months, I do want to recommend the latest season of Boku no Hero or My Hero Academia.
It's been so fun.
Yeah, for me, it just keeps getting better. And the way that they're expanding on the characters, and it's deviating a little bit from the manga, as I've been told by my brother, because I don't read the manga. I don't want any spoilers. But they're doing it in a way that's very respectful and makes more sense actually than how the manga has been doing it. So there's that. And in regular shows, or at least like non-animated shows, I guess, I have started recently on Lego Masters. I am a huge fan of Lego in general, and seeing it in a competition form is really exciting and shows you just how much you can work with your Legos, with your bricks if you have them. Because I could never imagine myself like making anything that's not like just following the
I'm
instructions.
too dumb for that.
Diba? I think I'm too dumb for that too, or like I'm not creative enough for that. But seeing what can be made with Lego, it's just inspiring, and it's really, really cool for anybody to watch. And Will Arnett is great as a host, something I never really thought he would be doing as a career. So yeah, go and watch Lego Masters. That's it.
Is he the host because he's Lego Batman?
Yes.
Oh,
And he produced it. He's
Oh,
producing
okay.
the show also.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. It's like those in the Lego movie, diba? What do you
Yeah.
call those? They're not Lego Masters in the movie.
The ano,
Master Builders.
Master
Yeah,
builders.
something like that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
real life versions.
Mm-mm. Essentially, that's what it is. And if you play Lego games, parang there are hints of that. So it's just fun to see. And it's not just US, huh? There's like Lego Masters Australia and all of that stuff. So there's a
Wow.
lot of content to like consume and a lot of creativity to be in awe of, which is something that's it's a fun watch. Like you don't have to be too deep into it. Like I get tired of that stuff. So this is stuff that you can like play in the background.
Can you confirm that everything is awesome? Just kidding.
I mean, people leave every week, so everything is not always awesome.
Aw,
But yeah.
okay.
Awesome.
I can go next. In terms of, in addition to all the music that we recommend, well, I'm not music, but a live action TV show. The only live action TV show now that like actually gets me excited every week, and I hope I've convinced Paula to try and check it out, is Superman and Lois, which is maybe
yeah.
the
Waiting for it
only.
to end. Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's maybe the only like CW show right now that's like any good. But it's like it's shockingly well written. It's a really good Superman, Tyler Hoechlin, and then si Bitsito Luck, who's playing Lois Lane, is people have been saying like the best live action Lois Lane, because it's not just like a superhero thing. It really is like a family drama. It's about Superman and Lois, and it's about their two twin kids who are like the best characters on the show. And like for me, like my favorite character in the show is the one brother who doesn't have
The
powers.
non-super kid.
Exactly, and it's so great that he's like the best written one, just because it shows like the strength of the show is really in the drama. It sets a really good example of like good parenting, because people actually communicate on that show, which is like rare for Western TV. Like on Western TV, there's so many problems, like especially in like medyo trashy melodrama shows, where it could have been solved if people just talk to each other like normal adult human beings. So here it's nice to see that. Yeah, and then in addition to In the Heights, which I generally
yeah,
recommend,
yeah,
and
yeah.
oh, say go ahead.
Interject.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've just really grown out of the Arrowverse at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But like seeing Emil's tweets nga about Superman and
Parang I
Lois.
want to get back into it nga.
It's
Exactly.
good.
Is Stargirl any good ba? Not so much.
I'm okay lang siya for me. Like it's kind of cheesy, teeny bopper style. Like mas maganda pa rin yung Superman Lois. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy Tyler Hoechlin's Superman. I would agree with that. Yeah.
He plays Clark Kent like a dork. Like when he's a dad, he's a complete dork, which is so fun to
Who
see.
he is supposed to be.
Exactly. No, but I mean, after seeing like Henry Cavill, no offense to Henry Cavill, but like that version of Superman, that's so
Agree.
yeah. So yeah, like check that out. And then like, this is like a very late sort of discovery for me, but since on the topic of In the Heights, which we will talk about in the future in depth, I just got into another musical called Six.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yes. Okay. Hold on. So Six is a musical that came out on the West End in 2018. It was written by Lucy Moss and oh my god, and Toby. Oh my god, basta Lucy and Toby, who debuted this show when they were 23 years old. Okay. And the musical is about the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Oh,
Except-
that's interesting.
Yeah, except in this musical, which is
They're
like
a girl
one act.
group, right?
Yeah, they're a girl group, and they're pop stars, and they're performing. Like the play is a concert. It's like they're touring around and stuff, and they're all trying to compete with each other about who had it the worst under Henry VIII. and the entire musical is only like an hour 15 minutes.
There's only
There are only 9 songs
songs,
in the musical, and every single one is like a pop banger. It is
good.
so. I listen to it when I work out now. Like that's my go-to.
Yes.
That's my go-to soundtrack talaga. And every single queen is based vaguely on like different pop stars. So like the first one is based on Beyonce, second one is based on Avril Lavigne, and what's the name of the girl who sang the show? Lily Allen.
Lily Allen.
The third one is based on Adele. The fourth is based on Nicki Minaj. The fifth is Britney Spears and Ariana Grande, and then the last one is Alicia Keys. So it's just so, oh my god, and like to the point na I forget that they're not a real girl group. Like because I really want them to like make more music, because I just love the song so much, and it's so empowering. And I'm not even a woman, so I mean that's how it's. Besides, it's so good and so addictive. And yeah, listen to Six.
Like the first song, I would think it sounds like a Little Mix concert. That's what the
Yeah.
intro song sounds like. And
Yes.
it's ridiculously good, and it's so funny. It's so
Super funny. And the middle song is like a Euro pop,
Yes!
like disc, some Euro pop club song.
Ganon.
It's so good. I can't believe I haven't talked to you about this podcast.
We should talk with Sel. Like, she also really loves sex.
Yeah.
Like, and like, if you're on TikTok, it's one of those they
Oh.
splice like certain songs and use it in a lot of viral videos. So when you Cholo, like when you listen to the album, you'll recognize the songs and you realize why they get so popular. It's just really good. Go and like listen to Six, guys.
So good.
I know. I remember like before the pandemic, there was news that they were supposed to come here, and like that would have been amazing. With, like hopefully when everything.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Six. Yay.
Cool.
Okay, I'm a end.
Yes.
That was really interesting. Shocks 6. Will note. Okay, me, I'm still on a bit of a pop culture break because it's right now it's the playoffs, it's the Euros, and there's Gilas games going on. So I'm devoting my time for that as a
Congrats to Gilas Philippines.
Yeah.
congrats to Gilas. Oh, I love you, SJ Belanghel.
Hashtag OBF.
Gilas Ateneo is
Gilas
the best.
Ateneo.
The best. So yeah, as a sports fan at heart, since I was very young, I'm gonna allot my time for that. But I did like spend some time watching some new movies. So I got to watch Oxygen on Netflix. Was really good. Melanie Laurent. Of course, I was gonna watch Cruella, and of course, In the Heights. Yes, In the Heights. I will rewatch it because I want I want to
experience.
yeah, I want the Emil
Emotions.
Felene experience.
To be fair, I straight up was disappointed the first time. So like it's a very different. I feel like it's a weird experience because I'm like a purist for the musical. So, but yeah, like watch it again.
I will watch it again because I want like the full. Give it to me. I want to feel everything now. That's what I want.
The
'Cause
official experience.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I'm not really watching. I'm not really a serious person. Like the only one I'm watching right now is Loki, and which is a lot of fun. My God, Tom Hiddleston is a great actor. We're finally getting to see his
Ang
acting.
galing. Episode 1 pa lang.
Episode 1 is good. Episode 2 is great.
Much
And-
better. Yeah.
And I was talking with one of my best friends, like it looks crazy right now, but where it could lead to in the grand scheme of the entire MCU, it's so interesting. I was like, I can't wait for how the director is gonna lead this on, and it's so great. Loki is so much fun, and I mean the only thing I have to recommend is continue watching Loki, and Luca is out in 2 days, so can't wait to watch
What?
that.
It's in this weekend na pala?
Yes, it comes out on June 18 in America. So we'll have it on June 18 too because we have Paula. But yun,
That will
Luca.
My birthday gift to you guys.
Yay! But yun,
Advanced
Luca.
happy birthday to Paula.
Thank you. I'm going to the bad side of 25, so crossing to that bridge.
Habol ko lang din pala before we end. Like I saw this movie called Sweet and Sour. A lot of people are talking about it. It's Korean. I'll just say, just for the plot twist alone, just watch it. Yun lang. It's like interesting for the plot twist alone, but it's a pretty okay lang siya for me. But like when you see it, you see it. And it will just like I wouldn't say shock, but that's what, if you see Letterboxd, that's what all the people are talking about. Plot twist, plot twist, plot twist. Pero magugulat ka talaga sa plot twist. I would say that. Even if I knew the plot twist was coming, yeah, even if I knew it was coming, I didn't know it was gonna be that. So parang fun. It was pretty fun in that regard. So I guess that's pretty much it for our show for the day. It's nice to be back. So thank you, Paula, Prince, and Emil for joining this week. And I hope tuloy-tuloy na ulit tayo. And schedules will allow for us to have more episodes and guests on the show again. But yeah, go watch TRESE and listen to everything we listen to, watch, read, listen to everything that we recommended as well. Of course, all our previous episodes are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you stream your podcasts. And of course, we're here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM every week ish. Now that we're back, I guess it's every week again.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And thanks to the Radyo Katip fam for keeping us on for the last 2 years. It's been great. And of course, go follow us on social media. We'll try to be active. Na again, that's at Popcorn with Cholo, at Popcorn W Cholo on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Hi guys.
Bye.
This is your stop for all things pop. Catch our all-around pop culture geek, Cholo Sediaren, as he throws in some dose of what's poppin' and what's hot in the pop culture scene here on Popcorn. Munchin' with us every Thursdays from 4 to 6, only here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, katipunan. Radyo, katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. The voice of W Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atin sa loob, sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng